everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because I'm going to be starting a new sketchbook. This has been on my list to start for quite a while and today is the day. So I'm going to show you my process and give you some top tips on how to get started in your sketchbook as well for the new year. So let's delve straight into it.
The sketchbook that I'm using is a Sea White of Brighton concertina sketchbook, and it comes in this really nice little case. I've chosen to use this sketchbook for my first one of 2022 because it is concertina and it will allow me to use two different sides of the sketchbook. So I'm going to dedicate one side for improving my art style and the other side for developing new ideas. So the first thing I have created in my sketchbook is actually a little list of goals. So things that I would like to be able to achieve and work on in the sketchbook. It's also a really good idea to add your contact details to your sketchbook in case you lose it anywhere if you're working on location. So definitely make sure you add an email address or a phone number to the front of your sketchbook. It can take a little bit of trial and error to find the type of sketchbook that you prefer. So once you get started, definitely stick to that type of sketchbook. I personally don't really like a ring bound sketchbook because they don't lay flat and I find that the ring bound gets in the way of my hand. So I know for me they don't work and I just won't use that sketchbook if I've got it. So find a sketchbook that's going to work for you and try and buy the best quality paper you can afford. That way it will be able to handle anything you throw at it. You can use lots of different mediums to practice different ideas and improve your skills in different mediums too. A lot of people then put emphasis on creating like the perfect front page. Now, I find that this can be really off-putting, and sometimes you might have sketchbooks laying around for years because you're so worried about just creating that very first page in your sketchbook. But my advice would be just to go for it. Your sketchbook is about having fun and creating ideas and developing your practice. It's not about every single page in your sketchbook being a masterpiece. It's about experimentation, and I think the best way to get started is just to bite the bullet and go for it. So for my front page here, I've taken from my list of goals that I would like to improve my landscape painting. So I've decided to do just that on my very first page. This way, when I look back through my sketchbook once it's finished, I will be able to see how much progress I have made from the very first landscape painting to the last. And I think this is the best way to measure your progress as an artist in a sketchbook. And to create my first page in my sketchbook, I found a photograph online of a local beach that I love to visit, and this just made me feel really excited for summer and going back to the beach. So that's why I decided to paint this little landscape painting of the sunset over the beach. And I just felt really inspired by the photograph and I just really wanted to give it a go. So I would suggest just having a look through your own photographs or finding some online of the subject matters that you are really interested in and then just getting started. Another top tip is to use your sketchbook every single day. This way you can jot down any ideas that come to mind, and the more you use your sketchbook, the more it will seem like second nature. So it's a really good idea to start off spending 10-15 minutes every single day doing a little sketch. It could be of anything that is in front of you, or you could have a set out prompt list of things that you would like to practice in your sketchbook. And the more you practice, the more challenging you can make your drawings, which will help to improve your skills. Keeping a sketchbook is a good idea for coming up with new concepts and ideas, and it's a place for you to put down ideas that you might want to try out on a bigger scale on a canvas or as a sculpture. So the sketchbook is a low pressure area for you to work in. If an idea doesn't work out, you can simply turn the page and try another idea. I would also recommend never ripping out any of the pages in your sketchbook, even if you really do not like your drawing, because you never know when you might want to go back to that particular idea and rework on it. Having your trial and errors in your sketchbook will help you identify how much progress you have made as an artist in your sketchbook. I would also suggest writing or jotting down the date in which you started your sketchbook or the particular piece you are working on. That way you can keep a little record of your time that you've spent in your sketchbook. I would also suggest writing notes about your pieces of artwork, so you could either critique yourself, you could explain your ideas, what you were trying to achieve, what you would like to do after that piece, because that way that's going to help you develop your ideas further. If you don't like writing directly into your sketchbook, you could write them on little sticky notes, and then that way once you've finished with an idea you could remove them so that your sketchbook looks nice and clean. But it's entirely up to you on how you write down your ideas, but I think it's a good way in which you can express your ideas further in your sketchbook. Another tip is to try out ideas that you would never normally do. So you could try out different color combinations, you could practice different subject matters that wouldn't necessarily be your go-to. I think trying all of these different things is the only way in which you are going to develop your work and improve your practice as an artist. If you feel that you become uninspired in your sketchbook and you're unsure on what to actually create, maybe take part in an online drawing or painting challenge. There are so many available across so many different niches, and you can become part of that community, posting online and getting feedback on your work, which again will help to improve your drawing or painting or whatever it is that you would like to create. The main thing you need to remember is that your sketchbook is a place for you to have fun, practice ideas, develop your work, and just remember that you can make it as open or as private as you would like until you feel ready to share your work. I'm really looking forward to developing my painting in this sketchbook, and I hope you will follow me along on this journey, so make sure you subscribe.
So there you guys have it. Those were my top tips on starting your own sketchbook, and I hope you have found it really useful. If you have, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in a future sketchbook ideas video, because that one will be coming up very shortly. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.